What is going on, family and friends? What's happening? Welcome to another great episode of the Arrington Gavin podcast. This is the show where we discuss trending news and thought-provoking topics from the realms of politics, sports, pop culture, and so much more. This is brought to you by Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Rugged is the new smooth. Coming to you on this matter of fact, happy Monday. It's the start of the week, y'all. I hope everyone had an awesome weekend. I know I did. It's been a crazy busy weekend, but hey, I can't complain. We're still here, breathing, living, and just we can always just be grateful of everything that we're blessed to have, and everything that we have is a luxury. The food, the clothes, all that good stuff. So just forever thankful and grateful. Shout out to you guys, the listeners, the viewers out there that continue to tune in every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to the Arrington Gavin podcast. New episodes drops on those exact days that you can see scrolling at the bottom. 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you prefer to listen to me via podcast, it's available on every podcast platform. Okay, whether that's iHeart, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, wherever you listen to your podcast. Also, if you prefer to watch the video version of this show, you can do that multiple ways. Go to my YouTube channel, R Smooth Club Media. Okay, R Smooth Club Media. New episodes drop Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 5 p.m. Okay, 5 p.m. Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. R Smooth Club Media on YouTube. So go on there. If you get the chance to go on there, subscribe, share, please share. If you are subscribers to Rumble, you can tune into the show by typing in the Arrington Gavin podcast. Also on Facebook, our Smooth Club podcast, and on X at RSC Media. Okay. It's got some interesting stories to discuss with you today. Of course, last episode I started off with the new segment I'm going to be continue working on called Common Sense Universities, which brings on I'll bring on interesting stories to the point where I'm always going to throw in like, okay, if you had some common sense, it might not would have ended this way. Okay, so hopefully you guys continue to enjoy that. I'm actually going to pitch that to my radio show as well and see how that goes. Also, very known, famous, popular right-wing conservative commentator Candace Owens. Breaking news: Candace Owens, she is out of the Daily Wire. She has departed from the Daily Wire, which is a very known conservative platform owned started by Ben Shapiro. He's another famous commentator, so I'll get more to that later on in the show. And also gonna be speaking on an individual who made history in the city of Norfolk over in Virginia, in the state of Virginia. So it's been national news. It's very well-known story. I'm gonna end the show off with that. But we gotta get it going with some news about Miss Candace Owens. Okay, let me go ahead and get my notes ready for you guys. So Candace Owens, if for those who are not political buffs like me, because I am, I love my politics, and I am an individual who tunes into all politics, right? I'm not a specific I don't watch a specific brand or side of news. I watch it all. I'm watching CNN, I'm watching Fox News, I'm watching MSNBC, I'm watching News Nation, I'm watching Newsmax, I'm watching the Daily Wire, Salem News Network. The list goes on and on. I tune into Rumble and I watch YouTube. I watch it all, and honestly, I enjoy that. And I recommend you do the same, because a lot of people, and I mean, honestly, whatever you prefer, hey, whatever you feel comfortable with, that's do you. I'm not forcing you to do something. All I can do is just recommend, because you don't want to be stuck in a bubble. If I'm a person that wants to speak on or bring up an argument, I can't say, hey, look, I know this is right because CNN said so. What else other platforms do you get your news from? CNN, and that's it. Or vice versa. If I'm a Fox News guy, all I listen and watch is Fox News stuff. No, you can't do that. So you have to always keep your expand your mind with by listening to all sides. I'm a person that listen to all sides. I am and I enjoy it too. I listen to stuff that I don't agree with. I listen to stuff that I do agree with. I listen to stuff that I can find the argument and, balance with. So that's what I enjoy. I know my wife can't stand it. She's like, "Oh my gosh, you're always watching news." Hey, I just enjoy it. But no, I bring this story up because lately Candace Owens, for one, Candace Owens has been a rising star, uh honestly, in the right wing circuit, right? So she considers herself, I believe, really like independent. She never has called herself a Republican, but she's a very, very, very popular voice in conservative media. uh and hey, I can respect her hustle. She didn't go to school. She started off, I believe, under like Prague U, which is owned by a gentleman, Dennis Prager. He's a known conservative commentator, radio host, and pundit. He started a platform that had garnered so many young conservative voices. Candace Owens was one of those people. Very respected by Donald Trump. You name it. She was the top voice. CPAC, Turning Point USA. They all loved Candace Owens and still do to this day. Kanye West referenced her a lot. God bless Kanye West's mind. Okay, because he can be a little extra, but he referenced her a lot. She's a person that's not scared. I will give her that. She is not scared to go on debate with an individual. I personally, I'm not a fan of Kansas as far as her views. um I give her credit on the platform that she's built in media, because again, she is unapologetic with what she says. She doesn't hold back anything. There's some stuff that she can say that I'm like, whoa, can you tone it down a little bit? Because she always comes so aggressive and very sarcastic. It's very, very childish like. But she, hey, she's been on Club Random, which is a podcast hosted by Bill Maher, who's a very middle individual. He's had it on, he's gone back and forth with her. There's a great video I recommend going on Mark Lamont Hill. Huge fan of Mark Lamont Hill, a journalist with he's a former CNN commentator. He's been on Al Jazeera, the Black News Network. He's now a host on The Griot. He hosts I believe, weekly, not a weekly, excuse me, a weekday show, Monday through Fridays on The Griot news. And so very, there's a video between him and Candace Owens doing just having a debate, sitting down at the table. Matter of fact, it's pretty dope. It's a great conversation that they have. But more on Candace Owens. So like I mentioned, she's out at the Daily Wire. The Daily Wire is a known streaming platform, conservative platform that brings some of the most popular conservative podcast TV shows. You got personalities like oh man, what's his name? Peterson. Is it Jordan Peterson? I believe his name is. You have, of course, Ben Shapiro, Candace Owens at the time. So many individuals. But this was announced last Friday that the company that she was out at the Daily Wire. Now, it was mentioned on X. Co-founder Jeremy Boring wrote that the Daily Wire and Candace Owens has ended their relationship. Now, co-founder did not provide any additional details on what led to the separation. Now, what I'm reading is by The Hill. This graphic that I just pulled up is reported by the Washington Post. But reported by The Hill, it shows that The Hill has reached out to the Daily Wire for additional comments. Now, Candace Owens had confirmed on her social media that, hey, the rumors are true. I'm finally free. Now, what got me when I was looking at her post that she did on social media on X. Okay, she puts it like this: the rumors are true. I'm finally free. If you would like to support my work, you can head to the CandaceOwens.com where you will be directed to my locals page. Okay, cool. Or you can give a gift at gocandace.com. There will be many announcements in the weeks to come. Now, I guess the announcements, of course, everybody's asking what's going to be next for Candace Owens. For one, when I read that, I'm like, gifts? What gifts? Are you partnered with a charity or something? Like, what gifts? Don't be that person to get like personal gifts from your from your uh 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 from your following. Like, I don't care for that. But uh the question is, okay, what's next? Well, two questions actually. Why was she let go at the Daily Wire? So to follow you all up on that, if you haven't been following the back and forth that she's been having really with the Daily Wire, is due to the Israel and Hamas issue going on right now. And so that because of that, she had put out, and I believe this graphic I have up here, she made some anti-Semitic commentary on her show. Now, again, she's very unapologetic. She is a person that says what she says and will continue to say that. You really cannot change her mind. Now, the silly thing is her boss, which is also a colleague of hers at the Daily Wire, co-founder Ben Shapiro. He is Jewish, and he's very, very, very passionate about his Jewish heritage. Okay, he always he wears his yarmulke. He's very passionate about his background as a Jewish male and his roots. He totally disagrees with Candace Owens and did not like that at all, and was, he spoke about his frustration about her and how he disagrees with her comments on his show, same network, right? That was going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And to read a little more on, I'm gonna go back to this story on the Hill. Let's see. The announcement comes weeks after chatter about the relationship between Owens and one of the most prominent commentators on the right and the Daily Wire, growing hub for conservative podcast streaming. Owens has sparked backlash for months with her commentary on the U.S. role in the ongoing war between Israel and Hamas, and statements about the Jewish people in politics and media more generally. After the ADL, which is the Anti League, this week highlighted the fact white supremacist Nick Fuentes was praising Owens' rhetoric on Jews. She responded on X, I do not know Nick Fuentes, but you already know that. Now, here's the thing. She might not personally know Nick, but best believe they've crossed paths many times or spoken at same functions. All the young conservatives, especially on their level, they're at the same events, same dinners 24/7. Okay. They've seen each other. And hold on real quick. getting a call from my mother. Hold on. So for after she had mentioned that on X, she also said, okay, what I do know is that everyone can see what you guys are doing to me. Your pattern is well established and the world is waking up to it. My crime is having stood up for myself against your network of smears, she wrote to the ADL. Now, she also stated, my crime is that I do not believe that American taxpayers should have a pay for Israel's wars on the wars or the wars of any other country. I will not change my mind. So the question is, what will you do? What will you do to me next? The world is watching. So she sparked that criticism internally at the Daily Wire with prominent host Ben Shapiro. Go back to him, who is Jewish, like I mentioned. last fall, calling her rhetoric on Israel and Hamas disgraceful. Now, look, I'm not gonna lie. I enjoy Ben Shapiro's commentary. I don't agree with some of the stuff he says, but I he is he's a very intelligent guy, very smart guy. He's very factual. He's always backing. He's like I said, he's like a wizard, a brainiac when it comes to how passionate he is about his views in politics. But he has been doing it for so long at a very young age. And again, give him his props. He started at a young age and built it to this big mecca. And I mean, now the Daily Wire has not just talk shows, podcasts, but it also has its own films that they produce, documentaries. I mean, they bring on famous actors to play roles. Like, I mean, they in their films they have they continue to really build that platform. And like Shapiro's not here to sway you to a certain opinion. He gives his view, and then you keep it moving. He's a guy that you can still have a beer with, okay, after you have disagreement conversations. Candace is different. Candace is, to me, she that mouth of hers, she doesn't stop. She doesn't stop. She's quick with the insults as well. She's a person, I can't remember. I think she called LeBron James stupid or something. Like, man, you calling a grown adult stupid in the public eye? Come on now. Like, I don't have respect. I don't have respect. You can, disagree, whatever, agree to disagree, but don't start going with personal attacks. I'm not a fan of that. Obviously this sparked co-founder Boring to issue a statement saying the company would not fire Owens based on a desire not to regulate the speech of our hosts, even when we disagree with them. Totally agree. I think that's a great way, because that's almost a similar story of what occurred with Don Lemon in X and and Elon Musk. Elon Musk was not crazy about how the interview went. He didn't like the fact that Dom kind of exposed Elon's true feelings and beliefs on certain views and topics. And Elon's like, you know what, we're gonna cancel this partnership that we have with Don Lemon. I don't want him on the platform exclusively no more. To me, that's not fair. That's not freedom of speech. So with this, I'm like, okay, I can agree with that. I can agree with that. Now, Candace is paid to give her opinion, not mine or Ben's, he wrote, unless those opinions run afoul of the law or should violate the terms of her contract in some way. Her job is secured and she is welcome at the Daily Wire. All right. So again, with that being said, did you guys let her go because of those views and that she was still going to be a podcast? Because she most likely she was going to continue to talk more and more about it. And really, Candace Owens kind of continued to use that as a way to promote more of her brand and her work. I mean, she'll go to different platforms and still talk about her her disagreements with the owners and her views on this whole thing. She's never let that go. So I don't know if the more they continue to hear her talk about it was like they just said, F it, let her go. Because Candace has been she is somebody that has always been on thin ice with her commentary. Always on thin ice. She goes viral, but it can really push the bar, push the level a little too high, to the form of I mean, she will talk about Lizzo's weight. She obviously shared her views about this. It's a lot, but again, like they said, she's paid to give her opinion. That's in general. She's just paid to give her opinion, and she gives her opinion. So at the end of the day, respect people's opinions. That's where I lay the line in. Now, as a businessman, it's hard to have an employee that I pay to basically disagree with me. I'm paying you to continue to disagree with my views, and you make it public. I mean, you see what I'm trying to go with, y'all? Like, it's just it's very difficult. It's extremely difficult. It's just like okay, Monique and Oprah. All right, or Cat Williams and Cedric the Entertainer. Is Cat Williams going to work for Cedric the Entertainer, or is Cedric the Entertainer going to eventually work for Cat Williams? I mean, it's so much when you have past beef. Yes, uh uh it's always good to uh uh reconcile and all that good stuff, but again, with Candace Owens, if she if they kept Candace on the Daily Wire, it shows that she's unstoppable. She can say honestly whatever she wants. If if they didn't, if they obviously decide to fire her, then she's gonna be like, okay, you guys are obviously lying about, giving me a opportunity, a platform. I mean, she said it in her post on X. Hey, I'm a free woman, or I'm free now. I'm free. So was there issues going on and on? Like, was she just dying to get out of the Daily Wire? Did she enjoy her time on the Daily Wire? Like, what's up? We will hear some more on it. This is new news that just occurred last week. But this is interesting. I'm curious to see what's going to be next for Candace Owens. To be honest, I know her podcast is probably she has ownership in that, so she'll probably continue to do podcasting probably on Rumble. Because Rumble is a platform that is fairly it's the conservative streaming service version of YouTube. Okay, that's what Rumble is. You have people like Dan Bongino, Mark Levin, Larry Elder, what's his name? Not Donald Trump Jr., Don Jr. Yeah, he's on there and stuff like that. So there's so many far right wing platforms, show. Alex Jones, I believe, is probably on that platform. I don't know. I'm just continue to guess on the people that most likely has opportunities on that platform. So I don't know what's gonna be on, or she might sign with X. That might be another bigger way to pick up more viewership to the X platform. Is it gonna turn X into more of a independent base outlet? No, it's probably gonna make them more of a conservative outlet if they do add her to the staff. But I'm just curious who's gonna be next for Candace Owens. But just wanted to again bring you guys up to speed. Candace Owens, conservative commentator, pundit. She has parted ways with the Daily Wire. So again, we will see and tune into more of that. But I tell you, it's good. It's juicy. That's all I can say. This is a juicy story. This is a juicy story that I will follow up. And again, I tune into the Daily Wire, so I'm wondering who are they going to be replacing Candace Owens with, because that's going to be a hard one for them to replace, because she is very well known in the conservative media. So yeah, we're gonna take a quick commercial break, but when we come back, we'll have more here on the Arrington Gavin podcast. Don't go anywhere, my friends. What's going on, family? Welcome back to the Arrington Gavin podcast. I'm your host, Arrington Gavin. Look, it's about that time. It's time for a new segment I call Common Sense University. All right. So, on the next Common Sense University, I want to bring up this graphic. My wife actually brought it to my attention the other night, and she was telling me, "Hey, did you hear about this story?" I'm like, "No, what is it about?" So, there's two NBA players. Let me bring this up. There's two NBA players. That went viral for doing a jersey exchange, right? Okay. So the jersey exchange, let me see if I can kind of there we go. Uh the as you see there, I don't know if you've noticed anything, but if you look closely, you realize that the last names, one's last name is Black and the other last name is Dick. All right, and together they have Black Dick. So this is reported by basketballforever.com, but and it's titled "The Truth Behind the Claims Orlando Fired Staffer Who Post This Jersey Swap." Now, it's very common in professional sports, not just basketball but football also. Football players, they do jersey swaps. They exchange jerseys. Sometimes they even might autograph them. It could be two rookies. It could be like a LeBron James exchanging jersey with a new upcoming rookie who is up and coming rising star. And so they always do the jersey swap. But this one was obviously more humorous because of the last name. Now, everybody, it's a funny joke. It's definitely a funny joke, but the rumor had it that the Orlando Magic's and by the way, these two players, so with the I think Dick, okay, so Toronto's Grady Dick, who's the white gentleman up there, and then the black gentleman, the Orlando Magic's Anthony Black did a jersey swap that everybody was tuning into. So it's reported that the staffer who was in charge of the social media, the staffer of the Orlando Magics, took that picture and posted on Orlando Magic's social media on their personal account, and then that came about, and it was very quick to delete. Now the rumors has that they fired that guy because somebody had reported that posted that they have his job position already up on like a job search site. And I bring all this up because again, this is rumor. If he's fired, which I'm probably sure he was, but in a sense, it's like it was a joke. Y'all should, just calm down. It was a joke. The players obviously want to do so, but you just can't put that like. Here's when Common Sense University comes into play. All right. So the players, they're safe. All right. They're young, they're rich, they're stars on their team. Trust me, their position is safe. But as far as for the staffer that was let go of the Orlando Magics, you and again, this is speculations because I want to make sure that he was if he was fired, I'm going to find that. Yes. So okay, so the job does exist, but it was first advertised 2 days prior to the game. So I do think okay, so yeah, so the job is correct. That job ad up there. So Common Sense University will say, look, yeah, it's a funny joke, y'all, but I get paid to post everything positive that can help just beef up our social media. It's a form of advertising to the audience. And if I advertise that to people that are potentially season ticket holders or just fans in general, corporate sponsors, because pro basketball teams, they have corporate sponsors. They do advertising stuff like that. So everything is as far as positive representation. So if yes, it's a joke because I'm a clown too. I'll be like, ha ha ha, that's funny. But y'all, come on, I can't post that. I can't post that. Even if it was backwards, like Dick Black probably wouldn't even be. I just not. It wouldn't been a great one. But mate, I think what they should have done was they should have exchanged. I mean, not exchange. They should have. They did the exchange, but flip the jersey to the front and just have the number and just do it like that to play safe. Okay, just to play safe. But or at least just put the jerseys on and then hey, look, do a photo op. But Common Sense University, bro. I wouldn't have made that post because it was quick to be taken down, of course, but you eat, bruh, come on, that costs you your job. Again, those pros, they safe. Their job is safe regardless. They can't save your job at this point. Um, but now is it gonna hurt him on the long run to try and pursue other positions in the NBA? Possibly, possibly because they're gonna look on that resume. They're gonna be like, hey, look, you were fired, and they're gonna find your reason why. Um, but I think too that it's a very harmless reason to let somebody go. So, to my knowledge, I think he'll be fine, and will be will have another position by no time. But just again, y'all, I like to throw in a little Common Sense University with this. We can be funny, but when business is business, hey, you gotta play it safe. You can't be always fun and games in your line of work. You can't. There's no such thing as like you can't be over. You can't always be like in the joking matter in a place of business or in your in your line of work. Now it depends. If you're a comedian, hey, you're living the best life. Entertainment, music, all that good stuff. If you are a business owner and you make your own rules, hey, that's awesome. But if you are hired under somebody else and you're paid to do this and that, I mean, you gotta keep it strict. You gotta keep it professional. So as long as you just keep it professional and won't do any mistakes like this gentleman just did, you'll be fine. So that was Common Sense University, brought to you by the Arrington Gavin podcast. Uh, moving on to our last story, y'all. Which I thought this was gonna be a great way to end the show. Uh, this gentleman, Mr. Damon Langley, makes history. So let me go ahead and bring this story up on my tail. Let me bring it up for you guys to see. I thought this was awesome because it's always great to see something positive coming out of the Hampton Roads area. And this graphic shows Mr. Langley. He was named the fire marshal for the city of Norfolk, located in the state of Virginia, Norfolk, Virginia, and he was its first black fire marshal in about, let me see, in its 150-year history. Okay, 150-year history. So a little bit about this gentleman. After more than 20 years with the Norfolk Fire and Rescue, Langley has assumed the role of fire marshal. That's right. That made him the first black fire marshal in the department's 150-year history. I think he had said, being the first African American fire marshal for the city of Norfolk, I'm really proud just to have this opportunity and to be in this position, he said. But I also understand that it comes with great responsibility for the kids in the middle school and elementary school and high school that are like, man, you know what I'm, well, you know what I am. I hold on. That are like, man, you know what am I going to do? There we go. You know what am I going to do? uh, what other options do I have? It is important for them to have that representation. Keyword, y'all, representation. Without representation, it is, and that's why I'm loving this story, and I wanted to end it off too. It says Langley began his career with the department in 2000 Okay, he began his career with the department in 2000 and has served in numerous roles over the years. The former nursing student says one of his mantras is to step outside your comfort zone. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Um, Again, I just want to kudos to this gentleman. Oh, this gentleman right here, Mr. Damon Langley. Again, Norfolk's first African American fire marshal in its 150-year history. And the key word that he brought up, man, representation, positive representation for the young men, especially men of color in the elementary school, middle school, and high school. I just think that's awesome. So again, I just want to clap it up for him. Hold on, where I know I got a clap it up soundbite over here. Where is it at? Where's it at? Let me find it. Hold on. These right here. I had to, y'all. I had to. But ladies and gents, I hope y'all enjoyed another great conversation here on the Arrington Gavin podcast. Be sure to continue to support, follow us on all platforms. Of you can follow me on Instagram at Arrington Gavin. You can also follow our Instagram Smooth Club Media, and be sure to tune in every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. New episodes drop 10 a.m. Via podcast. Okay, wherever you listen to all your podcasts, you can tune in at 10 a.m. And if you prefer to watch the video version, those drop at 5 p.m. On YouTube at Smooth Club Media on our YouTube channel. Rumble at the Arrington Gavin podcast, our Smooth Club podcast on Facebook, and RSC Media on X. Until next time, my friends, y'all be easy, stay safe out there, be blessed.